Hello and welcome to this Profit Protector Pro video. So just thought I'd do a little refresher on the min and max automation rules. So in Profit Protector Pro, there's a couple of different ways to enter in your minimum and maximum prices. So one of which is by doing that manually per item. The other way is doing it via a bulk inventory spreadsheet CSV, amending everything in there and then uploading it again. And the other way is with the min and max automation rule. So the software effectively calculates the prices for you based on the rules that you set. So in order to set this all up, you need to come to the min and max automation page. Now, before you do this, I'd heavily recommend that you go into your break-even settings and fill in everything that you possibly can in here, as this is super important for the way that it calculates your break-even, and some of this stuff gets taken into account as well for things like when Profit Protector Pro estimates your ROI and profit based on the current price of an item, and obviously you want that to be as accurate as can be. And so this page is really important to fill in. Make sure that you save the changes as you finish. But come to the min and max automation page, and it works like this. So I'll explain the functionality and then I'll leave it down to you to create your own rules and such, as everyone's going to be completely different with how they want to set this up. But it works like this. So all of the marketplaces that appear in here are the same ones that you've got turned on in your My Account settings. So if you can't see any specific marketplaces in here, then just make sure that you turn them on in the My Account settings and save those changes. And you can set different rules for each marketplace, and you can also set different rules for the minimum prices and the maximum prices and base it off of different things. So my minimum prices will be calculated with. Now you can base that off of the buy box price, the break even, or the return on investment. It's completely up to you which one that you choose. And if you chose buy box on this one, you can do ROI on the max prices. You can have it completely different for both of those rules. It's up to you. And so it will be, my minimum prices will be calculated with the buy box price and then plus or minus a certain percentage, and you'd enter that in here. And then you have the next bit, which is either no further conditions and at least, and then there's the choice of or at least. So it's completely up to you. You can leave that as it is, or if you picked and at least, it would look a little something like that. So plus or minus and then a certain amount, and that is completely up to you what you enter in there. So minus 50 pence. I'm just entering things in randomly just to help explain. So if you select and at least, it will use both of these things here in order to calculate your minimum price. If you selected or at least, it's the same choices, so plus or minus a certain amount on top of that percentage. And then how it works is it will use one or the other based on what it thinks is best or based on what it can actually do. So let's say it can't quite meet this part of the rule, it will then meet this bit, or vice versa. Or if it deems that this bit would work slightly better on the item than this one would, then it will use that bit of the rule. So you've got the choice of and at least, or at least, and no further conditions. And it's exactly the same on the maximum prices. So again, you'd base it off of buy box, break even, or ROI, plus or minus a certain percentage, and either no further conditions, and at least, or at least, and then plus or minus a certain amount. Now, once you've entered all of this information in and you're happy with the rule, make sure that you have turned it on so that way it knows to apply that, the rule is active, and save your changes. Once you've done this, I would heavily recommend that you go to an item in your inventory, and then you'll be able to make use of all of the different automate buttons wherever you see them. So whether you apply the rules to all of the different marketplaces for that particular item, whether you calculate it just for that one marketplace and it does everything, or whether you just want to automate the minimum on its own or the maximum on its own, it's completely up to you. But you'd click any of these buttons, it'll come up with calculating next to that field, and it'll work it out for you. And then obviously the calculating will disappear and it will populate the min price, the max price, and the break even based on the rules that you have set. Sorry for how the numbers look as well. This is just a test dummy account just for showing, but hopefully you get the theory behind this, which is going to save you a lot of time when it comes to entering in these things. Now test this out on one or two items, see how it calculates the minimum and maximum prices, and see if you're happy with it. And if you're happy with it, then you can go ahead and calculate more. If you're not happy with the way that it's working things out, then at least it's only done it on one or two, and you can quickly revert those changes back and then amend your rules as you see fit. And once you are happy with the rules that you have set, you can apply it to everything in your inventory. And obviously this will just take time to calculate as it works its way through every single one. But hopefully this video helps you. It's just a bit of a refresher on how this works. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.